Mary Aligwe Edochie, popularly known as May or Queen May, she has become a trademark. I mean, she has become so blessed, so full of grace that a lot of people want to associate with her. They want to bring her into their business because somehow it seems she has this Midas touch, this Midas touch when she comes into your business, things begin to bloom, things begin to look good, everything begins to look fresh. And unfortunately, Edochie was expecting that this is what will be happening in his life, but I'm wondering why Edochie will ever think. I'm not saying that Edochie should not think big or expect things to happen in his life in a huge way, but I am kind of wondering what Edochie has prepared that he will then be expecting that this will be his lot, or this will be what will be happening in his life. Ladies and gentlemen, The Waiter is a sold-out movie. Yes, Mary had surfaced in one movie back then, Housewives on Strike, and that movie made waves, but it did not really make wave. It was our first movie, something that she tried her hands in. Like, okay, you know what? Let this be my first appearance. Let this be my first performance. Let this be my debut. Let this be the first thing that I am kind of showcasing to the world about my many talents, but about the many things that I have inside myself. She came out with these Wives on Strike. People criticized, some people embraced it, which is okay. We are not saying she's a perfect person. They said she appeared weak. She didn't come with the strength and energy of what the storyline is all about and what she's supposed to represent or whatever, portray, regardless of what anyone wants to say. For me, I do not have issues with criticism. In fact, I don't feel bad that people are saying this and that did not go fine in this movie. Well, she decided to do something else. She decided to come with what they call The Waiter. This is alongside comedian AY Ayo and Mary, and of course some other family members. They've gone like back. In fact, this family stretched hands of help and they did lift Mary up. They really helped lifting Mary up. And ever since then, her life has never remained the same. They lifted her up, they helped her to stand, and ever since they stretched hands into her life, she has been flying higher and higher every day. Like I said, that movie came in and it bursted and scattered Judy Austin's life. Now, saying Judy Austin, a lot of people might be thinking we are trying to compare Edochie Ijele with Mary. No, not at all. In fact, it is an insult comparing both of them together, even though Judy Austin will say, yes, I am into this craft, I do this, I do that, this is what I do too. But night and day, very important, but we cannot compare both together. Both of them are important for whatever it is that they do. In fact, comparing them night and day does not even make sense, because night is exceptional, it is great. The day too is so great, it does a lot of good things. What are we going to compare? We can't compare Ijele and Queen May. That's the truth of it. We can't compare both of them together. And both of them are far. In fact, they are not looking in the same, they are not opposite, they are not adjacent. They just do not exist. They cannot, should I say coexist? No, they cannot. Co is even wrong. Both of them might be called female, women, or whatever. But the thing is that one person is deep, full of substance, viable, while the other one is a local champion who thought that associating with Odegu Coconut Head, Edochie, will grant her, help her, give her all that she wants in life. Yeah, there are people who have gone through that route and they ended up getting what they needed in life. But for her, unfortunately, things just didn't go well because she met a man whose progress and success comes from being married to a woman. Both of them, their formula, the chemical reaction kind of connects together and produces good results, But when he said, no, I don't want to be part of this reaction anymore, I don't want to be part of this, things started going bad for him and things started going well. Look at this movie. What can we not say about it? Apart from criticism, of course, critics that will bring out this, but what they did was to pick certain kind of showcasing. That's the thing that attracts a lot of people. If you've been kind of used to watching, for example, there's this movie that was done for this December, this Christmas. I'm not going to advertise it. I'm not going to call the name of it here because they've not paid me for that. And since I'm not doing any, analysis on it and criticism, I'm not critiquing the movie. I'm not going to mention the name. When you watch that movie, apart from the storyline, not that too deep, just on the shallow part of it, but what they did was to showcase certain things about the culture, about Lagos, about lifestyle, and they brought it in here and there. You know what I mean? And they brought in some comical aspect to it. The same with this the waiter. They connected certain dots together. They made it appeal to the Western world, also connecting the African, the Nigerian, let me just say the Nigerian spirit into it. And they also brought in some other, look at the dinner on the 3rd Milan Bridge. Look at that. That was a good idea. And some other extras here and there that was brought into that movie. And Mary fronted it. Mary spearheaded it alongside Ewa. Both of them. This is the dream and aspiration of Juju Ekwensu, Judy Balabala. This definitely not aspiration. Maybe less aspiration because she's been in that journey in a local way. She has been there. But, she might have thought about this. Like, maybe one day I will be in a movie. She had that dream. She wants to be an actress. She left Mr. Bassi saying, you did not buy a bag of rice for my parents. I'm leaving you. I want to be this. I want to be successful. I want to be this actress. I need to join shoulders and legs and body with those that are rocking the industry. With whatever I have, I will get there. She has done a bit here and there. But the thing is this, everyone has this at our own time. And also, karma can disrupt your journey of life if you're not careful. How do you balance that up? That's one thing. We are not perfect. There are things we might have done along the way. I'm not saying because she came into the life of Edochie and Edochie was married. That's not the talk here. I've always said it that I am not castigating Edochie based on polygamy. No. Men don't do polygamy with animals. They do it with human beings. So I'm not castigating that polygamy. Other people might have different opinion about it. Like, why? Who am I to begin to talk about polygamy that has been existing in time immemorial in different religion? Not until certain decisions came into play where people said, okay, one man, one wife. But those that are even saying one man, one wife, they have concubines, like how Edochie had his concubine or girlfriend or whatever out there before he became wife. So polygamy is not the issue here. It is the way Edochie went about it for everything. In fact, if you look at the book that Christians read, I'm talking about the Old Testament now. Let's look at that part. They said there is something called Bill of Divorce. When people had disturbed Moses, they disturbed him to a point where he had to say, what should I do? And questions was asked from Jesus Christ about this issue of divorce. And he said, well, if not because you guys' heart was so hardened, that is open for debate, of course, because it might be deeper than that, the context of it. At the beginning, it was one man, it was Adam and Eve from the beginning. So what is this thing about you? But when you look deeper, it was about a man holding a woman ransom. They will not want you to be with them anymore, and they will not allow you live. Yet they are with other women. So the intent of it is the part of it like, okay, you know what? It seems you guys want to be this crazy. You guys must begin to issue divorce. Let that woman be free. Same way you are free. That is a part of it. That's a part of it. So the same thing, if you look at you, Edochie, look at what he has done. Look at how he wanted to go. He wanted to use social media to bully wife. Like how those children of Israel did before Moses said, hey, issue. But we live in a world where a woman does not need you to issue bill of divorce. She can begin the process of the divorce. Of course, we know a man is still involved in it anyway, because to date, the divorce thing, there's just few little things. The thing is this, Mary is doing great. That's the point here. And Judy Austin collapsed. Judy Austin for Yakata. Mary is doing great. Look at this. This is what Edochie, I don't know, maybe Edochie is cooking something somewhere that is going to fly on Amazon Prime or is going to put out there on cinema. But the thing is that he's broke. No one is touching him. He knows within himself, unless he's a fool, that if he's to make any movie, that is, if someone stupidly puts money into Edochie, if Edochie is to make any movie where they are, and moreover, what about storyline? We are not going to watch a movie where they are looking for egg, the egg that will save the king in the bush. Go look at the movies that the Southwesterners are doing. These are stories that they've researched, and these stories have context. And these stories have meaning, depth, messages. So we are not going to watch, they are looking for the lost queen of the desert, or the priest and the juju man. They need to think deep. You see? So if Edochie is going to be invested in to put out any movie that is going to compete with the waiter and whatever Mary is doing, he will have to do a lot because we are talking about money here. If you do a movie and no one is coming to watch it in the cinema, so the only thing he can do is to feature. That's what I think. Edochie, but who wants to touch Edochie? Feature in some movies. Feature in some movies. That's the only that can save him. But talking about saving, nobody wants to touch Edochie. No one wants to touch your Edochie. No one wants to bring him into nothing, apart from some of his crew, still keeping him afloat here and there to have something to eat, to look. Nobody wants to give him, and it's not as if Edochie was this extraordinary. It wasn't like extraordinary. What made him popular is those kind of movie that he does in those days. But now people's eyes are much, people are wiser now. Their taste have changed. People need quality. They need to see something unique, something that makes sense. So which part is Edochie going to fulfill? Is he going to act as a pastor now or what? Well, Mary is doing a lot of great things. Mary is doing a lot of great things. That's the thing. Look at the waiter. Look at what's going on here. Look at the movie. This is I'm not saying that all the people that we've seen that have graced our screen, they all have practiced and featured in some local movie here and there before they became. No, not all of them. Some people just have that. They are just natural. It is in them. They are so intelligent that they can fit into different. They are multifaceted. They can perform. They can engage. That intelligence is there. The ability to be able to. They know how to. This is the thing that worked for Mary. This is what worked for her. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts about this? Drop your comments.